welcome to the IndyCar Podcast.
Hi guys, I'm Mike.
And I'm Stephen.
And this is Indy Fanatics, your home for IndyCar content with weekly podcasts and feature videos.
Sorry about that. I thought I just wanted to show off my new polo hat, and that seemed the most logical way to introduce it.
Perfect.
Because we are going into the final three races of the NTT IndyCar Series Championship. At the end of these three races, we will know who is the champion for 2021. Will it be a new champion in polo? Will it be a new champion in
Pato?
Or will it be Joseph Newgarden?
Oh, we need a third person.
We do.
With a Joseph cap.
We are now recruiting a third person for the Indy Fanatics podcast just to go Newgarden! But no, I think those are the three main guys in contention.
Yeah. With how things have gone in recent races, these seem the most... Obviously, three races, there's a lot of points still left on the board. Anything can happen. But these are the front runners.
Yeah. Scott Dixon is always there because it's Scott Dixon. He is a 6-time IndyCar champion, a legend, one of the best to ever grace the sport. So if at the end of these three races, we suddenly go, Scott Dixon is a 7-time champion, I would not be surprised.
Yes. Yeah.
But I do think it is going to go down to these three guys. And we go into Portland. And obviously, when we did our interview with Colton Herta a couple of weeks back, he said qualifying is the one to watch out for because it is going to be so tight. It's going to be so close. Just the time sequences. We know IndyCar as a championship is so close anyway that it's just, that qualifying battle, and it could be so key if it's that close. You could end up seeing one of the championship contenders not even making the fast 12.
Exactly, yeah.
And then that is a lot of work to kind of catch up on going from there. And even on the fast 12, if two of the three make it into the fast 6, then that could become a massive advantage come race day and overtaking. Obviously, it's going to be our first live race watching Portland because obviously our full seasons we've been watching since 2020, and this was one of the ones that missed it due to COVID-19.
Yes,
but we look like we've avoided things. We look like we're, touch wood, fingers crossed, going to be okay, and that Portland will go ahead this weekend. And I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
So general thoughts ahead of the weekend, Stephen?
Well, qualifying is the main event. As you say, the track's very narrow, so it's going to be who gets that perfect lap when it matters. Obviously, a 10th. You could miss out by 100th, 1,000th of a second to that first 12. All of a sudden, you're starting like P13 and your main contender is starting on pole just because you were slightly slow in the first round. It's going to be mega.
So my question to that would be, is that advantage Newgarden and Pato?
They have been very strong in qualifying, but I don't think Pelo's a slouch in qualifying.
He's not. He generally tends to, though, get himself, say, into the fast 6.
Yeah.
But Pato and Newgarden are the guys who have converted to the pole positions.
Yeah.
I think they've got 3 apiece each this season.
So yeah, advantage to those guys. Clearly, the stats back it up. Advantage to them. But Plo isn't going to be far behind.
No. And we've seen through this season, it's been a bit of one of your favourite sayings on F1, the war of attrition.
The war of attrition.
It's been overcoming a lot of kind of difficulties within the season, whether that be strategy, whether it be mechanical failures and stuff. And, it's really kind of dipped and flowed between seasons. It's the leaders exchange between Palou and Pato, but obviously Newgarden could easily be in the championship lead if 2 out of those 3 races before the summer break went his way. In Road America and Detroit, race 2.
For sure.
So, I think this again is one that really sets up these last 3 races. I think a really poor performance for either 3 of them could be enough to not completely rule them out, but seriously dent a title challenge this weekend.
Yeah, mentally it's going to be a big challenge for them to keep composure if something goes wrong and go, there's still lots of points on the table with 2 races to go. But yeah, it really sets the tone. This first of, not a triple header, but first of the final 3.
I thought I'll interject just to kind of look forward to this weekend video. So obviously a guy, and we'll lead on to after this little plug of our content into it, Callum Ilott. Obviously last week we weren't able to get you guys a podcast or a feature video, but we did those 2 breaking news things. Roman Grosjean are yet to be officially announced, but Marshall Pruitt put his name to it, so we're pretty confident that that'll come through. That Roman Grosjean will be going to the number 28 Andretti car, with Ryan Hunter-Reay leaving the team that he's been with for, well, over a decade now. I believe he has been linked with Andretti Autosport, but with his interviews very keen to, I think, stay within the sport and a fresh start in another team. But also, Oliver Askew will be running the final 3 races with Rahal Letman-Lanigan. But just as we released that video, the news broke of Callum Ilott for Juncos Racing, who obviously partnered up with Hollinger now and running these final 3 races of the 2021 season, with going into a full-time season in 2022. Obviously runner-up in Formula 2 last year, Callum Ilott. He is a qualifying specialist. Portland, it seems a pretty great place to introduce him there. I think he's been doing a test on an alternative IMS road course run. And reading into the interviews, it's unlikely that we're going to see Callum Ilott for the remainder of the season in that Juncos ride. But we obviously are definitely seeing him in the Portland GP this weekend. But the feature video will be on why is IndyCar now suddenly becoming such an attractive option for drivers?
Yeah.
And we thought it was a really good time to go it, because obviously Ilott's come in. We had Christian Lundgaard. We've got obviously Roman Grosjean came in, and lots of kind of guys from the European or outside North American racing scene being linked with drives to the series. And we thought, now as any was a good time to look back and reflect on why it has now become popular. But we've got a brand new feature for you this weekend. The Portland race. We will be doing a kind of race live watch along event. We'll be having live timings up on the screen. We'll be here, so you'll be seeing our reactions as we watch the race, kind of like an alternative commentary as we go again. And then we can go straight into the race reaction as soon as that checkered flag closes. So we'll probably be on for about 2.5, 3 hours. That would be a long stint of doing it. But we want to trial it as something. It's something that's proven popular in the Formula 1 world on the times where it's okay, like not 1 a.m. in the morning, like Gateway was last time out. But 8:30 over here, it's going to be okay to do it. And so, we'd love to hear your thoughts on that and whether you enjoy that over the course of the weekend. But make sure you kind of join us for that. But Stephen.
Thank you for the message from our sponsors, Indy Fanatics.
Because if you can't sponsor yourself, who else will sponsor you?
But I think we left off with the qualifying, full focus on qualifying. But even if you can't make many moves on track, strategy is still going to be king on race day. And their advantage goes to Palou and Newgarden. Because no offense to Pato and McLaren, Aaron McLaren SP, they haven't got the best track record for picking the best strategy. Because they have the big name, but there's still a small, medium-sized, growing team who's constantly learning and developing their ideas and strategies.
Well, I think it's like you've said before, in terms of, you obviously said the announcement of, at the start of this season, wasn't it? The plan was to challenge for titles in 2 to 3 years' time.
Yeah.
That's massively accelerated.
Yes.
But, the infrastructure isn't necessarily in place with the guys. And like we said, in the other video as well, that, I can't remember which video we put it in, but Arrow McLaren SP would be the first team to win other than a Chip Ganassi, a Team Penske or Andretti in the championship since Champ Car Days 2008, and where they were mainly all competing in the IRL since 2002 with Sam Hornish Jr.
Yeah.
So that would be mad if Arrow McLaren could do it.
Yeah, but that's why I'm kind of Newgarden and Plough with the giants of Penske and Chip Ganassi always have that slight advantage going into race day because they have all the data. They have a great idea of the perfect race strategy, and they're always going to have that slight edge. So, Newgarden, we're putting him in the slight edge for qualifying, and we're putting him in the slight advantage for race strategy. Favourite?
Joseph Newgarden? I think so. He is the favourite, because also what I think does come into play in this is teammates.
Yes.
And if we're talking about qualifying, Colton Herta will be in the fight for pole. I'm convinced of that, because he has been the standout qualifier of the year. So
yes.
He will be, I would be shocked if he doesn't make it in the Fast Six and is not challenging for that pole position. But also, Team Penske have another card in their pack that is a great qualifier, chasing down the record for all-time pole positions in the series, and that is Will Power.
Yeah.
And Scott Dixon is a fantastic racer, but I would never classify him as one of the best qualifiers.
No.
Because I think he went 3 years
without a pole
position, or 2 years, something like that, which and still winning races.
Yeah.
Go from there. He always found a way to win races, but pole positions kind of have eluded him. So that's a teammate who's not going to be up there with Palou. Ericsson isn't traditionally strong in the qualifying. He had his best qualifying last time on a road course. Where were we? IMS Road Course 2? No, it was before that, wasn't it? Was it Mid-Ohio? I feel like Marcus Ericsson... No, that must have been way more years. He had a decent qualifying position where he got into the Fast Six.
Yes.
I just dropped this one. Someone will remember it in the comments, but...
I can't give you an answer.
No. Essentially, Team Penske have the stronger qualifiers, because I still think Simon Pagenaud within that as well has a decent effort of being up there and taking a position that may knock one of Newgarden's rivals in Pato and Palou out. And obviously we know with Felix, it is turned into, although confirmed for next year, a real adaptation year for him and the team. Sure. And he will certainly not be there to support Pato, I doubt.
Although he has been improving in qualifying.
He has, absolutely. But I doubt he will be in contention with this one.
Yeah. It's a tricky one. Because he has been right there with Pato and the smallest margins. I wouldn't write off Rosenfist not to be in that Fast 12.
Okay. All right. That would be an interesting one for sure. And that would be probably a great result for Felix to show that continued improvement, like you said. So I guess now moving on to outside guys looking in would probably be Romain Grosjean.
Yeah.
He's looked...
Yeah, you could say,
His pace over one lap has consistently been fighting in and around that Fast 12, Fast 6
position.
And it's another road course, which are the ones that he's more used to and more comfortable with. So I think he's the one in there. Jack Harvey again is another guy who is very strong on the road courses, I would say, in terms of qualifying positions. So he could throw himself an outshot.
Well, you mentioned him. Colton Herta is definitely an outside shot for pole and even for the win. I know Andretti haven't been the strongest on road courses.
Wow, and like he said, he's now got to win 2 out of 3.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He has to meet that target, and Portland, being qualifying heavy, will be a key area they're looking at, I'm sure.
Absolutely. So, rounding off before we kind of make our podium predictions and race predictions, and says Alexander Rossi had a P4 at the IMS road course and it looks strong at Gateway.
It just amazes me that we're going, Rossi's best result this year, P4? It's incredible, isn't it? Surely he's got to get a win out of these last 3. Maybe, surely.
Long Beach, you'd probably have to say his favourite, having won the last 2.
Well, purely Andretti being strong at Long Beach.
Well, Andretti being strong there, but he's also the reigning winner there and won the previous year there. So we haven't been there since 2019. But yeah, he's 2018, 2019.
He's got to win at some point, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
We can't go another season without a Rossi win.
It would be massively surprising.
Yeah.
And may lead to an interesting, I think, debate. There are those rumours floating about, and they probably are just rumours. I think 90, you probably put 80-85% sure that Rossi will be at Andretti for next season with Colton Herta and Roman Grosjean.
Yeah.
But there is that possibility that he might buy out a contract. It seems the rumours are getting heavier and heavier that Simon Pagenaud will not be racing for Team Penske next year. If Rossi buys out and goes in Team Penske, that is a possibility, but that is just pure speculation. There is no kind of firm grounding in that whatsoever. But yeah, every race weekend you just go, surely something has got to click and go right.
Yeah.
He hasn't even got a podium this year. Hasn't even got a podium.
Jeez.
That's mental. At least last year he'd racked up a couple of podiums.
Yeah.
Before the St. Pete disaster. Go for that. Right, okay, so podium predictions going into this Portland race.
I shall lead the way with the podium predictions because I already know them in my head and I'm not stalling whatsoever here. I'm going to go for Pato P3. He has to come on the podium, but I'm not sure if the win's there at Portland. P2 is going to be a P2. P2, I'm going to go for Rossi, first podium of the season, and then P1, Joseph Newgarden.
Nice, strong podium there. Obviously, you know, I'm rooting for Palou in the championship.
I'm sorry.
I've made it very obvious, and he's left him out on the podium there. But I'm going to put him a bit like who we're going. We're not going to root for the guys to win. I think this is a classic Palou accumulation race.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a P3 for him, Newgarden P2, and Colton Herta P1. I think Colton Herta will be the wild card going into these last 3 races because he's had such pace all year. And I feel it's just going to click. He's on the West Coast side of things. He's obviously California guy. It's that home straight leading into that finale in Long Beach. His very much home Grand Prix for that. I have a real strong feeling and it's going to be a strong finish for Colton Herta going into the season. But Newgarden is so strong on road courses that I think he will just he'll be there for the victory. If not winning it, like you predicted, I think he's a sure bet for the podium. But I do think Palou will make the podium.
Bam.
Star performer!
Well, you've got the lead at the moment, haven't you?
I do.
So we tied up
5-4.
It was a no score, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah. Okay.
Takuma
Who am I going for?
Helped me out.
Yeah. He helped me out, didn't he, at Road America? Maybe he's just the man to back.
Always believe in Takuma.
Who am I going to go for? My star performer is going to be a Mr. Calamilot. As a really outside shot, he's going to qualify super well, and but the team's going to struggle.
He's got to finish in the top 10. You see, this is the only thing. Christian Lundgaard had Rahal Letman Lanigan.
Yeah.
So it goes from there. Juncos, this is their first kind of steps into, it's going to be a work in progress. But I guess if he got a top 10 finish, that would be insane.
Yeah, maybe that's too bold. He's going to be my rookie. It's going to be my rookie of the weekend.
Okay.
But my star performer is going to be...
Good stalling as always from Stephen.
Felix Rosenfest.
Okay, yeah. Nice. You're going full on back in the Arrow McLaren boys this weekend.
Surname, but yes.
Rosenfest.
Yeah, he's going to be my star performer.
Nice. For me, Graham Rahal. I'm going to back him for another top 5 finish. I may have cursed him last time out because obviously I was like, let's give Graham Rahal a little bit more love. And then Ed Jones went up on the inside and sent him into a wall. But that's not going to happen this time. And I'm going to back... Because I think Graham, he just is in this place as a driver at the moment where I think actually Sebastian Bourdais would be doing very similar. Obviously, he finished P4 last time, Bourdais, didn't he?
Yep.
And, his confidence, but AJ Foyt don't necessarily have the resources and the team... ability is the wrong word, but yeah, they don't have the maybe team know-how to consistently finish there. Sebastian Bourdais has been a massive help for them in that area, in that regards. But Rahal Letman Lanigan do.
Yep.
They're a team that are looking to grow, expand in the series, and maybe this is just Graham finally all coming together, and we're looking at Graham in the next couple of years as, like we said, a title contender. Because possibly. He's not a guy who has the name. He's a guy who has the name and also has the talent to back it up.
Yeah.
I think within the series.
Jeez, so your star performer came with a whole, novel.
Well, absolutely. I'm really going justice for Graham.
Justice for Graham.
Just to make up for that time where we completely missed him out of the top 10 drivers of the season so far. I thought it was I guilt-tricked myself into this novel.
Okay, excellent.
Rookie of the weekend!
Mine's already done. Calamilot.
Yep, and my one, Roman Grosjean. Nice and simple.
Bish bash bosh.
Bish bash bosh. Easy, easy, easy. Grosjean from there. Ilott, if he gets anywhere near a top 10, that would be incredible.
Yeah. I'm not thinking he's going to be the best rookie, but I think he's going to have the best performance.
And that is just such a vague area that you could define it in any sort of way.
Calamilot came last. He didn't even finish racing. Best rookie on there again.
Technically, finishing the race might be just improvement for Juncos because, that's good data.
Exactly. It'll be their best result of the season so far.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Crazy. Right. Okay, so that pretty much rounds up things looking ahead to the weekend in Portland. Remember, look out for the feature video this week. It'll be interesting to hear your thoughts actually on why you think IndyCar is attracting so much top talent to its series as well. And also that balance of making sure it doesn't come at the expense of young American talent through the Indy Lights series, because that has been such a successful series for promoting talent in to the IndyCar series.
For sure.
And make sure you're there for that race live watch along. It's going to be something different. It's something new. We haven't done anything like it really before on any of our channel contents other than me commentating a motorsport manager game in our series there. It's not quite the same. But yeah, it should be good fun, and it'll be great to interact with you guys through the race. So make sure you kind of join us for there. Leave in the comments below your thoughts ahead of the weekend, and if they're new around here or haven't done so already, what can they do, Stephen?
They can like, subscribe, and ding that bell.
Ding it! So for now, you Indy fans, Is that how we end it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No, not the keep racing?
No.
We do that one?
No.
There you go. Send it. Pato. Who are you backing?